Hello, Chris here. Today I'm going to talk about one of our most beloved family members, Max, the dog. So Maximus comes from a long, very sophisticated pedigree. I don't even know if I used that term correctly. Anyway, and back in the day when I was a kid, Maximus would be called a mutt. But as it turns out, now today he's called a hybrid. He's part Dachshund, part Poodle. Now, I suspect he's part like miniature Dachshund and maybe toy Poodle because he's a rather small guy. But today I'll introduce you to Maximus the Doxiepoo, and I'll tell you a little bit about what I know about him. He's not a bad breed. He's a pretty good breed. So hang on, and more to come. Okay. This is Maximus. He goes by many names, actually. Maximus, Maximus, Maxipoo. I like to call him Little Man because he's a man and he's little. So Maximus is going to be 14 years old. No, not 14. He'll be 11 years old next month in April. He generally doesn't like to be photographed or filmed, so I don't know if he senses that he's on camera right now. He's a pretty small guy. We bought him when he was just a couple of months old. Not a couple months, well, maybe he was a couple months old. He was just a little hairball. He was about the size of his head, his whole body. And we weren't quite sure what he was going to turn out to look like. You see Maximus right now in his full poodle do, right? We have to cut his hair because he has poodle hair. It grows, it doesn't shed. And that's one of the nice things about a Doxiepoo. And actually it's one of the reasons that I would get another one if I had to. I didn't actually want a dog when we got Maximus, and that's a whole nother video, the story of how we got Maximus. But he has been part of our family for about, just coming up on 11, well, it'll be 11 years in July, but he was born next month, and he'll be 11 next month. He's getting pretty old. He's a small dog, and so if you know much about Dachshunds, they're long, so they can have back problems because they have an elongated spine. He hasn't had any problems that I have been able to tell, although he did go through a period of time where he wasn't able to move around so much, and it was because we think he sprained something. We took him to the vet, they couldn't find anything wrong with him, and other than that he's been all right. He did have an ear infection when we first got him, so we had to give him some treatment for that, some ear droplets that we put in his ear. I do have to give him a haircut, and he's long overdue. Generally during the winter, like it is now, I let his hair grow out. I think it's as long as it's ever been, and it gets a little dirty, right? So dirt becomes an issue. He does not like a haircut. He does not like a bath. And generally he knows, I'm surprised he hasn't jumped off my lap. He knows that second word, bath. In fact, he wants to pull away. And so a bath always follows a haircut for the little man. He's pretty friendly. He's not aggressive. He's definitely a lover, not a fighter. Maximus, what's that? Who's out there? Who's out there? See if I can get him to bark. Who's out there? What's that? What's that? Is that a moose? You see something? You see something? Ooh, what? Who's that? Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, he also likes to lick. He doesn't have a loud bark. He's not a yappy dog. If there's a knock at the door, he'll go off. He doesn't go off for all day. If there's a moose in the backyard, which we get regularly around here, he will go off. He'll run to the edge of the porch and he'll bark at them, and that's about all he'll do. He doesn't pick fights with dogs, so he's not aggressive that way. We have a cat in the house, and the cat absolutely dominates him. So he's not able even really to defend himself against a cat. In fact, I've seen the neighbor's cat chase him under our car. So he's not he's not a fighter. But that's okay. I'm not looking for a dog that can fight. I do like the fact that he barks if somebody's knocking, so that's kind of a nice little alert that there's something going on nearby. Other noteworthy things about Maximus, he's not as long as a Dachshund. So I don't know that he has those back problems. He is getting to an age where getting up onto the couch and jumping up onto the bed, we do allow him to, he's slept on a bed his whole life. So this guy's lived a lap of luxury. But it's getting harder and harder for him to jump up onto the bed, so either I'm going to have to put a little step up or I'm going to have to lower the bed. And I'm not sure which I'm going to do yet. He's a good dog. He hasn't been trained to beg, or at least by me. So I could eat right here off a plate, and he wouldn't even think twice about him getting any of it, and he wouldn't try to beg. He does get fed treats twice a day. He knows a few commands. He knows to sit. He knows to lay down. He learned those at a pretty early age. He gets a treat in the morning, a treat in the evening. He knows the word too. He does eat twice a day. My wife says he's getting a little bit too fat, but you can't tell with this much fur, and I don't think he is anyway. I just think he's getting old. I give him about, I want to say, a half a cup of kibble in the morning. He gets small dog food. We give him the Kirkland brand that we buy out of Costco, the small dog food. We give him about half a cup of that in the morning, half a cup in the evening. So that's what he gets. He doesn't get people food except for on holidays. He'll get some turkey or some, if there's a prime rib being eaten, he'll get some of that. But otherwise, he certainly doesn't get like regular people food. And that's it. So this is what a Doxiepoo looks like at age 11. I'll see if I can get some pictures to put up that will show you what he looks like when he's trimmed, like shaven right down. And one of the other things about because he's a poodle, and poodles you can do this, is you can give him all kinds of crazy haircuts where you just shave maybe the rest of his body but leave his head looking like a lion, so he has this massive mane, looks ridiculous. But he's a good dog. He's a friendly dog. Yeah, we bought him for $200. So that's the other thing that I like to call him every now and then, is say $200. When I was a kid, you'd have gotten a dog like this by going to the pound and just paying to get him out of the cage. Nowadays, they're exotic animals that you're going to pay. And my wife says I got a deal for $200. But yeah, 11 years ago we paid $200 for this guy. Haven't paid too much in vet bills. We've had his teeth cleaned once or twice, which I never did when I was a kid with dogs, but I can see how that's a good thing. Definitely made his breath better, and his teeth healthier. Otherwise, he hasn't caused us too many health bills. He gotten himself into too much trouble. He does not like to swim, which is odd because poodles are supposed to be water dogs. I don't know if it's the dachshund in him, but he does not like to be near water. Yeah. So, I don't know if that's just his personality or what. Otherwise, he's a good boy, friendly. He's definitely, he's a lap dog, as you can tell. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about Doxiepoos, or poodles, or dachshunds, or you have your own, like to share down in the comments below, please do. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.